We almost did it, guys. I started the
Start
video.
on time?
I started the intro right at 7:30, thinking that we were going to get there, and then it ticked over to 7:31, like midway through. So, maybe next time. But we are on the wrong lead. I am Josh. On my, I guess, up here. No, that way. I gotta look that way. Up there is Caleb. Down there we have Mark. Obviously, you got our Twitter handles here, and we're gonna be playing a little bit of Canterbury here, a little Emerald Downs. Probably talk a little Ascot too. I know we were talking a little bit before stream, talking about Ascot, and I thought it'd be fun to maybe talk a little bit about the races today. Talk a little bit about what we got going on tomorrow. Caleb has mentioned the name of a horse that owes me a significant chunk of money, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
We didn't talk about Jakarta yet.
No, we have not talked about Jakarta, but actually, thank you for reminding me about I don't know why you saying Jakarta reminded me I should probably download the PPs here for Ascot so we can talk about it. But yeah, Mark, I know you've been playing Canterbury pretty regularly. I feel like you've especially been attacking the turf racing there. So I don't know if you want to kind of get us started, if there's anything you're seeing there.
Yeah, I think there isn't as much turf racing at Canterbury, at least on the rest of the card. I missed some of the early races, wasn't at home, but I am going to have a pick 3 that starts in this race. I think you can get. I think this 3 is honestly quite overbet at Canterbury. I thought the 7 was also pretty logical, along with the 2 and the 8, who are a little pricier horses, but fit on figs. And it's cheap dirt racing. You tend to like forwardly placed horses, but if this 3 does falter, want a little bit more spread there. And in the next, I thought in the turf sprint, the one remaining turf race, I thought the 1 was just going to be super, super, super tough. And then the last race of the night's a real cheap bottom of the barrel maiden claimer. And I want a lot of spread. I want all the droppers in there. So I'm going to be constructing a couple of pick 3s, a little heavier pick 3 that's 3-7 over 1 over 2-3-4-7, and a little smaller one that's 2-8 over 1 over 2, 3, 4, and 7. Hope to spike a price in that last leg.
Josh, get your notepad out. You got to get all these tickets on screen.
I was going to tell you, Mark, if you could do me a solid and just send that over my way here.
Yeah, I will. So,
what the heck is going on? Sorry, I'm trying to get the. I do not want those PPs. That's some ugly shit. This one? Dude, Brisnet, I don't know. I tried to download them from Brisnet's site, and they wouldn't load, so I had to download from Twin Spires. All right, cool.
Canterbury?
No, Royal Ascot. In case we need to talk about that one here. Oh, well, apparently John Massey says the only Ascot he cares about is in Western Australia.
Sweet sassy John Massey.
Being sassy.
Living up to his name, his moniker.
His namesake, yeah.
And Road Warrior said he's too busy watching the Mets suck tonight. Hopefully, are they playing the Cubs today? I didn't.
I mean, if you're a Mets fan, you should be well accustomed to watching them suck. I mean, that's what they've been doing for, quite honestly, as long as I've been alive. So,
Mark's tickets up here. Caleb, what about you? I thought you said I know you were telling me about your lovely misplay of the pick 5 sequence, but you got anything else cooking here? I know you were super happy about that 6-1 horse. So
yeah, so I cheated and I started the sequence before our stream started because pick 5s were pick 3s basically. But that being said, yeah, I didn't like the favorite in the kickoff leg of the late pick 5, which was race 4, I think. So I thought there was 5 horses that you could beat him with, and I only used 3. One of the 2 that I didn't use beat me. So I played back to pick 4 because, Canterbury's strategy of low takeout pick 5 and high takeout pick 4 continues to just baffle me and work. So I did get a 2-1 winner last time in the race that totally fell apart, which is kind of nice. I didn't necessarily draw it up that way on paper, but I'm happy the way it turned out anyway. In this race, I used the 1 and the 3. I debated singling the 3. I very much think he's the horse to beat, but I thought the 1, when I was looking at the doubles in the previous race, the 1 was playing just really long, and I wanted to have some money going through him as well, since I do think he can be a little better than he's shown lately getting back to Canterbury. So I used the 1 and the 3 here, but I do think the 3 is probably the horse to beat. 7's kind of the wild card, but 3-1 or 7-2, I just cannot bet that horse. I mean, it could very well beat me with the Diodoro juice, but I just couldn't get there.
Yeah, and the 3 is sitting right now at 4-5, huge favorite here.
Yeah.
The 1's sitting at a pretty decent price right now, 7-1. So if you're really liking that 1, that's some decent value there.
I just didn't. I think that Caleb is right. The 1 has some back form that would make the 1 a definite player in here. The horse has got to sort of find that form. It is an every other type horse, so maybe you get the every race here, but definitely needs to find some form he hasn't found in quite a while. And also, horse is only 1 for 6 lifetime at Canterbury. Obviously, there's no win machines in this race. This race is pretty cheap, but I don't necessarily love. You get a barn change coming into this, and a horse that probably doesn't have enough speed to get the lead, has to pass other horses, which has proven to be able to do. But maybe you get that. Maybe you get some return to form.
I'm a little interested in this 2 horse here, actually.
See, I like the 2.
I think the 2 makes a bit of sense. At least looks good here on Brisnet. I haven't conferred with my other sources, but on Brisnet, I'm really liking the way this 2 looks. I think I might just play a straight win bet on this 2 here.
The 2, you can make 3 arguments for that last race, which was the horse's best race, basically of its career. A little bit of a class drop, moved to Canterbury, and a little bit of cutback in distance. It brought the horse back to 6 furlongs, which should be should be the right kind of a distance. We're going 5.5 here, a little sharper. At 5.5, might have won the last one out, and you're getting 12-1. I mean, that seems like the kind of line that Josh probably loves, and and I love it too.
Yeah, I looked at that horse for a long time because that last race, on any metric, was big. But, my problem was there's about 16 other races on his running lines that wouldn't even hit the board in this race. I definitely think there's reasons to be optimistic that race didn't just totally come out of nowhere, on the cutback and the track change. But for me, a 5-year-old that runs, an absolute blow off top, wheels back in just over 2 weeks in a race that, just screams off the page. It is the kind of horse that I think let price be your guide. At 12-1, I wouldn't talk somebody off that horse, but including in a horizontal sequence, I didn't quite like him enough to do that.
Well, Caleb, if you watched our Horse Player 101 video talking about the tenets of or the building blocks of horse playing, you'll realize that form is one of the big ones, and that recent form. That race last out. Let's hope you keep it going.
Not that I want to take Caleb's side here, but is a horse that finds 40 Bayer points worth of improvement off its previous start really in form? Does one race make form? And to me, form is sort of, a horse is slowly improving, 3-4 consecutive starts, getting a little bit better and a little bit better and a little better, maybe stepping up in company, and that's where form really becomes a player. But is one race completely out of the blue form?
Maybe it's a horse for course. He's 2 for 5 in the money at Canterbury.
Yeah, that was more my line. Horse for course and probably getting the right distance here.
There's a book. I want to say it's Mike Maloney, but I can't remember. And he cautions of the giraffe figure, which is the figure that's just head and shoulders above anything else the horse has ever run before. and how handicappers have a tendency to chase that figure. I'm looking at you, Channel Maker, with that negative thoroughgraph figure from like 3 years
you
ago.
chased forever, yeah.
And to me, 5-year-old horse that's cheap and has never done that before. I mean, I'd rather be a race too late getting on him than a race too early.
Yeah, he didn't get the lead, but he's sitting pretty decent here.
He's traveling well, and I mean, you're getting what you want by having someone duel the 3. I mean, 2 really is getting the trip here.
Yeah, 2 is getting the trip.
And it took a lot of late money too, 5-1.
Yep, 5-1. This 2 or 3 is done.
I don't need the 6 to be done.
Shoot, it might be the 6 that could be the threat here.
Oh man, he's getting flowed up real wide, but I think he's got enough horse.
He's got enough horse. He's good. Looks good.
All right, now I need the 6 to tire up.
The 7 is rolling late.
Oh,
I need this 3 to get in the second.
I think 2's clear, but
who needs second? 3?
3, you son of a B. I had a win bet though. That was I mean, I liked it at 11-1, but I'll take 5-1. That seemed
well. I guess Josh knows what form is better than Caleb and I.
Yeah, so that was a huge odds change there. That's insane. 12-1 to 5-1, but nice pick, Josh.
I mean, you got to remember here, there's only 45K in the win pool, so somebody drops 1K in the pool, and that probably is enough to move it that much.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Cheers to the British gamer who said he followed on the 2, so he got hopefully you got some nice odds there overseas. Yeah. I know he's been in our he's been in Discord punting, I guess, as the rest of us have been on Ascot. So it's been nice that
some very effective punting at Ascot, though.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's
very
been nice
kind.
It's been nice to have the international channel on Discord kind of liven back up a little bit, have a little bit more flavor there. I know in the
7-1, very nice one, very nice.
Yeah, he got a nice price there.
Very nice.
Oh, and the Wolf of Oak Lawn has chimed in. He says he misses the stream and people actually hit bets.
We only hit bets when a certain someone isn't actually on the stream.
Brian.
Wasn't the person I met, but yeah. Brian, you know what?
Brian. I got you.
I do feel a little bad about for Capone because he's not going to have a chance to be like, who is this guy? Who is this person on the stream? So, fortunately, he's got the 3 of us who he recognizes. So, yeah, that was nice. That's a nice way to start. I think that might be the first bet that I hit all day. So that felt nice there.
Ascot?
I whiffed on everything on Ascot.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, it does. Thanks, Mark. I'd actually I put in the exacta on that race with the inside 3 horses, but unfortunately.
Do you think the inside's good, or is that just who you like?
No, I thought the 3 looked pretty strong, and I thought so. I was going to box the 2 and the 3, but then you kind of made a pretty good case here for the 1, so I tossed them into with some of that back form. But
I'll Venmo you the $2 afterward of the show.
No, that's fine.
British Gamer makes a pretty good point that I think I know a lot of people who are watching are Discord people, and you got to be a little careful. There's a lot of people who are just pure ass punting, and there are people who sort of understand the international scene and are making logical plays. I don't know which one I actually fall into, but I try to be a little more logical in things. But always if you're watching and people are making logical opinions, it's definitely good to tail, but don't just blind tail things.
I was laughing a little bit because there was at least one guy I think I saw today in the international chat, and he was just like he's like, I don't know, this is like roulette to me. I'm like, I'm just picking names, and like everyone was just kind of like, oh, like there were like half the people were like trying to like explain to him what was going on. And then I want to say it might have been Mr. British Gamer was just taking screenshots of names for him. He's been like, check out this name. I think this is a good name. So I don't know if he was like being serious or if he was just just trying to give him like funny names. I forgot what was the horse in the last race? Let me see if I can pull up Ascot from today.
Man, there's some of those races with like 35 horses that sometimes I feel like I'd be better off just picking names or silks, But Ascot.
Oh yeah, he bet on Riot in the last one. He was all about Riot.
Placed. I think he got an each way.
Yeah, I
down,
think he
right?
did place.
Yeah.
Who won that last race? The
30.
30. So
With
Yeah.
30, yeah.
yeah, so this is
The
something funny. and-
last horse I cut.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yep. Now this is how you know he's really British. He called him a Muppet. He gave because that 18-1.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
I
British
think it
have
was.
the best insults. They're just the best insults.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, and I don't know if you guys, you guys play an AM Wager for Ascot because they have AM Wager has the World Pool. Sign up for AM Wager in our link below. But ExpressBet also has the World Pool. Twin Spires has the World Pool unless there's 24 or more people. And then I think TVG and Naira might be on the World Pool. It might be the same as Twin Spires.
They are.
But TVG and Naira do not offer in Illinois. There's like 3 states where they don't offer Ascot. It's Illinois. I forgot. I saw somebody from somebody on Twitter had like messaged TVG and is like, "Hey, I can't bet on Ascot. Like, what's going on? Like what's wrong?" And I guess there's like some source market fee, probably, if I had to guess, some nonsense with that. But so I think yesterday or Tuesday, no, it might have been Tuesday. I deposited like $25 or whatever just to mess around in my Naira Bets account, and I couldn't bet any of it. It's like, oh well, whatever. I'll go use TVG, right? Because TVG is usually my backup because they usually have like a money back or something. So I put some money in the TVG account. I couldn't bet there either. So then I was like, well, I guess I got to go to Twin Spires. I don't know. And then sure enough, Twin Spires was good. But then there was a 30-horse race, and I couldn't bet the Quinella. Like, they don't even offer the Quinella if it's more than 24 horses. So I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, yes, I want to bet in the huge Quinella pool. I don't want to bet in this small Exacta pool.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to put money on ExpressBet. And I'm just like, this is just ridiculous. Like, I had to make 4 deposits to make like 2 bets. But
the Quinella pools are quite fat, and there are some phenomenal payouts given 30 horse fields, and I don't think a favorite won all day. Or maybe one favorite did earlier on in the card. Yeah, Love won. So, or wait, was that yesterday?
That was yesterday.
was yesterday.
Sorry, yeah, Love won yesterday, but
Love always wins. Pride Month.
I really wish
Pride Month.
Love did. I really wish Love didn't win. Adar, who owes me nothing, almost got there. And almost.
Oh yeah, I think all of us were on it, weren't we?
Yeah,
I think
all
of us.
We were all on it.
Yeah.
She ran big.
She ran huge. She's super game.
Yeah.
I will agree with British Gamer. Love wasn't super impressive. Love got all her own way on the front end and did what she should have done. Adar had a bit of a rougher trip, had to go a little bit wide, and was probably a little late to go. Love got first jump, and Adar could just never grind her back in.
Who finished second? The 4?
And Canterbury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
4 finished
yeah, 4.
second. Some huge price. The Exacta did
really?
finish.
Yeah, it was 40-1. And the Exacta came back for $1, $132. That seems fine. I don't know. The Exacta
was it only a 8 horse field?
Yeah. 6-1 over a 40-1. I would expect better than that.
Yeah, I would expect more like 250.
But British Gamer saying Love wasn't impressive. I thought Daria was going to get past, and Love just barely hung on there a little bit. So, John Massey saying he can't bet Japan in New Jersey. So all those hot Shampows tips, he can't even use them. But New Jersey's weird, right? Doesn't New Jersey you can only bet through TVG or something?
No, New Jersey is like New York. They have that they're even more strict. They have New Jersey Bets, which is an offshoot of Naira Bets. Same general platform, but a different sort of login. And that is their official whatever. I think TVG has their own site for New Jersey as well. But yeah, New Jersey's
4NJ.
Is it called 4NJ? Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was NJ Bets, but maybe it is 4NJ.
Yeah, 4NJ.
I know TVG
Bets,
has PA Bets, or they used to in Pennsylvania as well.
Sweet I'll trust Sweet Sassy, who lives in the land of no left turns.
4 NJ bets, yeah. I know Bobby, Bobby, friend of the chat, is in the same boat, stuck in New Jersey. So your options are limited.
So we got about 8 minutes here till Emerald Downs race 1. I don't know, Mark. Did you look at all Emerald Downs?
Yeah, I took a quick look. I know you guys I know it's sort of a Josh track. Seems speed is really, really good here. And so I sort of landed on the 4 and the 5 first race. But again, not a track I play very often unless they have a carry. So I'm more interested in what you guys came up with. Yeah, Crest Drive and the Owens Prestige both seemed fairly interesting there.
I don't play this track. I don't have a fucking clue. Any other track in America, I would single the one and move on with my life. The only, off the pace runner in this entire field. I mean, genuinely 5 dead set speedballs and 1 off the pace runner. But it's Emerald Downs, and I think they get wired more than like any track in the country. So I don't know. I'm toying with the idea of maybe like a 1-4 exacta. Because I do kind of think the 4 is probably the most likely speed horse to stick around, but I truly don't know.
Yeah, it looks like a 47% wire percentage.
Yeah, I just threw in a 4-5 over 1 daily double. Obviously, massive 4 fan here, but the 5 works fine as well.
I mean, I think the 4 is very win bettable at 4-1 in this field.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I had them equals, so.
Yeah, it looks like the 4 might be your early leader.
I mean, I thought 4, maybe 3, but again, it's like 3 just stops, so it's kind of tough for me to get back there, even with a tiny clash drop and a cutback.
Yeah, this well, I don't know about the 6. I mean, the 6 won last out, but then he got claimed and it was waived. And then now he's stepping up in class.
It does look like the 3 is a little faster, but 3 does love to stop. I think 4 probably is a little faster than the 5, but not noticeably enough that it could be very break dependent or really, how are things set up.
Yeah, I mean, if I could get a price on the 1, that's the exact kind of horse I'd key vertical bets around. Like the 1 almost has to hit the board, in my opinion, being the only horse that can pass other horses. But there's no value in keying around the 2-1. If everyone's seeing what I'm seeing, then I'll probably just sit out.
The one thing I will say about this 5 is his best races came when he was trained by Blaine Wright, and I mean, Jose Rodales apparently is winning at 23% this year, so I guess he's not much of a slouch. But I don't know, going from Blaine Wright to this guy, I don't know how much of a drop that's going to be. I mean, he gets a nice jock aboard, but I don't know, Caleb. I'm kind of liking your idea. I'm thinking something with this 4 and 1 might be a play here.
My one other comment would be kind of a piggyback to Mark, is that in that second race, if you're looking to play horizontally instead of vertically, I mean, the 1's probably a big favorite, but that horse looks like he's going to be quite loose on the lead as long as he didn't, go off form on the barn change, or she didn't go off form on the barn change. I think, sometimes the 1 or the 7 kind of seems like a pretty logical setup, but don't want to do chalk into chalk, so you got to take your stand somewhere.
Yeah, the thing is that chalk into chalk on small fields isn't paying that bad.
I guess I'm gonna do a small 4-1 double here.
You know what? I'm gonna be against this 5. I don't like the last race. I mean, I get off the way off, but I'm gonna be against the 5, and I'm gonna try. Maybe can I get away with a 1-4 over 1-7 double? I'm not sure if I can. Let me look at the probables.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
No, I don't want to risk. I mean, the 4-1 is actually only paying $16 for $2. I don't want to risk, $8 to win 16 when I got a horse that's 3-1 and 3-1 in this leg. So
you could Dutch it a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the exactas instead. 4-1 and 1-4. I like those. I'm going to play an exacta instead.
Yeah, John Massey, I will agree with you that the next race at Canterbury is an absolute dart throwing contest. I mean, I think the one is the clear cutout favorite, and the one horse it does have some turf pedigree. But you have an entire field full of horses that just don't run on turf, and they're all running on turf tonight. So, yeah, I hate those kind of races. I like it when there's one or two of those at a price in a race with horses I know I don't trust, but when you look at the race and you're like, oh, no one's really run on the surface in the entire field. That's always a miserable thing to play with.
Yeah, that actually drew me to the 4 a little bit in that race, just because at least it's a turf horse.
Yeah, I think that was just not that fast, though.
Right, that's the issue. You're taking a closer in a turf sprint who isn't all that fast.
That fast, yeah.
And then also 9 years old, probably can't expect too much improvement. But
yeah, and it's also weird when you see a deal horse that's got 15 starts as a 4-year-old and has never been on turf and clearly has turf pedigree. In excess on the bottom end with a deputy minister on top, there's definitely some turf pedigree there.
Yeah, I looked at that one for a long time. I thought the one would be very, very short, so I kind of stayed away. And I went to the 3 and the 4 instead. But I don't have it pulled up. 4 to 5. Yeah, so that's even shorter. I was thinking like 7 to 5, but if that holds, that's even shorter than I expected on the 1. So I wouldn't be interested in that horse at that price.
So I was laughing because I just realized that that 6 to 1 that you liked, Caleb, Ida is the part owner of that horse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one she put up earlier? Okay.
So she asked the other day. She's like, I want Ruben Fuentes is riding my horse. Like, I want to get his autograph. And so I was just like, just get it from him in the winner's circle. And she's like, well, I don't know if my horse is gonna win. Sure enough, dude, her horse won. She got his autograph in the winner's
circle. No way.
Yeah, she
That's
just
awesome.
That's so cool.
A picture of the program with him signing it. That's funny.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, that's awesome.
Is it posted?
That's very cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in Midwest. Yep.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is so cool.
That's very cool. That is so cool. I mean, jocks in general, if you walk up to any jock, even if you catch them, like I've had a couple times where like running to Johnny V, walking down, Broadway in Saratoga, they'll stop, chit chat with you and give you an autograph. They're all like, with the exception of 2 or 3 notable ones, one of them that Josh loves to bet on turf. They are absolutely wonderful people and the most, super nice, super easy to talk to, just general all around good people.
I'm asking her if she's wearing her On the Wrong Lead shirt today because I've been told it's good luck by Mr. Keep Pounding. Let's see. All right, there's still. It says it's post time, but we're still loading in here. Or walking to the gate. Let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, John Massey said that there was a real late win slam, 10 to 1 to 5 to 1 at 2 there at the break. That sucks a little bit. Road Warrior hating on the last minute bets. Not a fan. I know like Naira is trying to do some like certain bets that are like anti-computer wagering, but I don't know how effective that is or like how how they can like totally get around that.
It's tough. I mean, if you limit, no wagers after 1 minute to post, then you just get the odds changed a minute earlier. But I don't know what you could really. I mean, I agree it is a problem and it really sucks. But I don't know what you could do. I mean, maybe you could limit, bet amounts within 1 minute to post or something like that. But then you'll have computers just making 1,000 bets at $10 each or something instead. So it's tough.
It is tough, and like the thing is that like, I mean, you hate to say it, but the computers are doing all that volume, right? Like they make up such a big percentage of volume, like. It's actually like in the track's best interest to like make things easier for them. You know what I mean? Yep. So like they're never going to be able to limit it. But I mean, heck, even, overseas, like in Hong Kong, like they're like, hey, how can we help you make these? Do you need a terminal? Do you need us to just like give you a terminal and we can just like give you one? So, John Mass says reduce takeout and the rebates for the whales. I mean, yeah, like
Yeah, it's not that easy. I do agree with him on the reduced takeout. Reduced takeout's always very player friendly, and that's always a good thing. But the problem with cutting rebates is the fact that it's not the track's jurisdiction. It's not the track that dictates rebates. There's a certain, that takeout is divvied up amongst certain places, and so. Good portion of that goes back to the source. So if you are, goes back to your ADW, that's a part of the pie. Your ADW can choose to do whatever they want to do with that. They can keep it as profit. They can turn it around, and give it back to you. They can give you free products in exchange for it. However they want to play that game. So, that's a lot easier said than done.
Well, the
although I
got
agree.
The lead.
Someone blew the break. Was that the 2?
Maybe the 2's at the back right now.
I thought it was the 3 he went to his knees. It must have been the 2, given where he ended up. At any rate, I played 4 1 exactas for I think $4 or $5, and then I played 1-4 for about $2. I like the 4 better than the 1, so I weighted it a little more heavily. A straight up equal denomination box is never really an ideal strategy.
This 4 is sitting a trip.
Yeah, I mean, if this 4 is anything, I think he's getting a nice trip. Oh, he does not.
Or if
come on, kid, get wide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He waited long enough. I think he's good.
Whew.
It doesn't look like my 1-1's going to get for second.
Boy, this 2 is trying.
2 ran a huge race. If I gave a shit about Emerald Downs, I'd bet that horse back.
Yeah, that 4 didn't get the lead, but 4 sat a nice trip.
I thought 4 ended up going off favorite in the doubles pool.
4, I thought 4 kind of sat the trip. I thought maybe the 1 might sit, but
agreed. I mean, 1 looked too slow. I just thought the pace dynamics would favor him, but he kind of ran the race he looked like he would. 4 ran a nice race, and the 2 ran huge.
Yeah.
John Massey saying TSG runs one of the bigger computer syndicates. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. There's not like a good. I don't know. There's not like a good thing to say.
Most of the syndicates have moved to tax havens, though. Whether it be the Bahamas or there's a big one out of Brazil now, Costa Rica, places where they can avoid certain tax implications.
All right, so we got. So I saw John Massey was talking about Canterbury a little bit earlier. I thought he thought we were talking Canterbury. So I think did we all double out of that 4 into the 1 next race?
I audible to the exacta. I wasn't excited about the well pays, so I don't have anything live.
Oh, we got a question from the chat from
Brandon. What's up, bud?
Brandon Merrick over here. He's asking if he's gonna see any of us at Toga this summer. Mark, I'm guessing that's gonna be like a 100% yes from you.
Yeah, that's 100% yes. I'll track down Brandon wherever he is. Is he Brandon? You a white cap this year?
Caleb, have you talked to the old man yet?
I have. We're looking at 3 dates. Either the weekend of August, like 7th, 14th, or 21st. Don't want to do Travers. I mean, that's a little bit much. But going to do one of those 3 weekends in August, like 90% sure. So just trying to figure out scheduling.
The bourbon maven himself, PDT is going up that the weekend of the 21st.
Yeah, I'm trying to push Dad to go for the 21st. That's Alabama, I think, which
Alabama weekend
might be a bit crowded. But that's fine. It's not Travers crowded. So, but yeah, I'll be there for a weekend for sure.
It's actually gotten better. They cap it at 50,000 now, so it's not as bad as it was, say, 10 years ago. For the past 5 or 6 years, they've been capping it at 50K. You'll probably have 40K there, Bama, those kind of numbers. Which it's crowded. It's not like it's not like a whatever normal Thursday or something, but it's not terrible to get around.
So, would you guys rent a car, Caleb, or would you guys just usually like Uber or whatever?
We'd rent a car. Yeah, I'd go up with my old man, and then I think he's got a couple friends that are going up that kind of want to go too.
Nice.
So, I mean, Dad doesn't drink, so we'll definitely get a car and he can drive.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Dude, I've been looking at flights and everything, and it's fine. But man, those $100 in Ubers every day is just painful.
Is that $100? Where are you looking to stay?
I was in Albany. So we stayed in Albany. I stayed in Albany last time.
You're an hour each way.
That's kind of far, man. I mean, can you not look at like Malta or Boston Spa or something?
So Malta is literally like double the price right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Can
Or
you
Clifton
look
Park or
And
anything
Clifton
like that?
Park,
try
Clifton-
Queensbury?
Clifton Park was a little bit more reasonable, but I still like. I think the only thing that was like within like any kind of reason was the Red Roof Inn, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready to slum it that much, but
Hey, go stay on John McClendon's couch. He's up in Queensbury. He's close.
Just bring a tent and go camp out at Lake George.
Or camp out in my backyard. Bring a tent.
man,
I'll
like,
put you right next to bees.
do you know the last time I slept outside was?
Never.
Like
I
probably was like 9 or 8. Like I'm not an outdoor person, so
Yeah. Flights from New Orleans into Albany suck though. It's like, $450, $500, like kind of shitty.
hold on. Let's roll
For Josh, it's cheap though because he's Chicago direct.
Right. He lives in a hub, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, like flights are like $300 round trip, and that's painful to me because like that's like more than I normally pay to fly out to Vegas, and I'm flying in Albany.
Dude, I can't even get direct flights for that much money.
Yeah, so like it's just tough, and then hotels have just been nuts. I should have booked when I looked originally like 3 or 4 weeks ago because there was like a Hyatt place in Malta, and like I want to say like for 4 nights, I was with flight. I was looking at about $1,100.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but then I was like, I paid less last time, but then like of course like Malta's like a $25 Uber each way, whereas Albany was like a $40 Uber each way. And so like after tip, you're looking at close to $50, and I can only con Mark into pick me up maybe once. So,
well, I mean, if you were in Malta, I could pick you up every day because that's really not out of the way for me to go there. Because it's right on the Northway. That's a super easy one to grab you at.
I'll have to look again.
What's the brand new one that they just built? It's a really nice one, but there's not a lot close by. So if you like want to walk to food or something, you're not gonna be able to do it.
I mean, like last time, I literally spent all my time in Saratoga, anyways. So I assumed it would be the same thing. Like,
my old man was like, "Let's get a room at the Adelphi Hotel." And I'm like, okay, like I'll share a room with you if you're buying, but
yeah, Adelphi is not cheap.
Those rates are like like $300-$400 a night.
They're not. You can't stay at the Adelphi for that. Adelphi is like $5,000 a night during this track season.
Is it? I guess I don't know if I pick dates. I just kind of pick something random.
See, if I was going with my wife, maybe I could have conned her into staying at the Gideon Putnam because it was only like $1,700.
She would love the Gideon because if she goes to the Gideon, she gets reduced prices at the spa. See?
Yeah.
She can go right over to Roosevelt's Baths.
Yeah,
right there. It's walking distance. It's right across the green.
We probably would have gotten out with flights for about $2,000 for like 3 or 4 nights, and I would have been able to be like,
bring your wife out.
No, like we already went over this. She's doing a girls' trip to Vegas, so to counter this apparently, but now I still have to figure it out. So wait, Brandon's 21 now?
That's about right.
Brandon, I'm gonna have to see your ID, man.
It looks like he's like 12, yeah.
Oh, but you know what? When it was 2 years ago now, wasn't it? Or was it 3 years ago? 2 years ago that I went. So yeah, I think he was like 18, turning 19.
Yeah, 19, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, maybe he is 21. I don't know. I'm gonna still have to see the ID. Better be a legit one too.
Yeah, Lake George is highly overrated. Highly, highly overrated.
And I saw John Massey's going opening weekend.
Yeah, I'll have to catch up with John Massey. He knows how to get a touch.
He says he'll be sitting in a carousel. 4-star Dave.
I got real seats, so I'll be right above you. I want to get a box for the season, yeah, he's in the carousel. Yeah.
He's paying for 180.
I think we're looking at the 4-star Dave as far as a table. Dad wants a table, so you don't get around so well these days, and you don't much care for grandstands. So
if he wants a table, you're a little stuck. Either 4-star Dave, or the other one you'd have is outside of the 1812 or whatever it's called, the new building. They have
we
have a patio around the outside.
They don't have prices on the website, but it just feels like that would be expensive. Look at the pictures.
It's pricey if you want to get inside. Outside's not terrible.
Okay.
I want to say it would be like 140, 150 a day kind of range, something like that. And that's going to cut with grandstand entrance.
That's not bad.
We'll continue the Saratoga talk here after this race, but it looks like we got 0 minutes to post. John Wilbanks is on the 4 here at Canterbury. Mark's, I'm going to post Mark's tickets again. It looks like Mark is single to the 1 here.
Single to 1.
He started these pick 3s last race. So the only one you're live to now is the one that's 1X, right?
Yeah, the 1X one. Yep.
So he's single to the 1 here. Caleb, was there anything you liked in this race?
I'm with John Wilbanks. I like the 4. It's just there's so many unknowns in this race. 4-1 on a proven turf horse. I think that's fair, especially coming out of a stronger circuit at Fairgrounds. I use the 3 and the 4 here, but I do prefer the 4.
Man, is the 4 the only proven turf horse in this entire race?
Yes, the only one. It's one of those weird races, like, yeah, I mean,
you wonder if they were hoping for rain, maybe, or like they're thinking it might come off. Like
that was my thing. It was carded so oddly. Like I actually went to the conditions book and I was looking like, was this one for if there was there a part of the condition that was turf, like non-winners of so many on turf kind of a thing, but. It didn't see any weird condition, and it just seems like I don't know. It's kind of bizarre.
That's interesting about the 4. 4 has been training at Arlington, but they shipped him up here, which is weird because they've had no problems with the turf course. They've been maybe they got rained off one day. Maybe he was entered that day, but yeah, I have a hard time getting around the 4 too now.
I mean, 9-2. Like I'm gonna have a tiny win bet on the 4, and then I'm also playing against the favorites in both these last 2 races. As is normal, with a double with the 3-4 into the 3-4-5-7.
I'm not one to want to get left out, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bet this. I'm gonna bet this 4 to win here.
Wait, is the 4 cheap speed?
No, 4 is not cheap speed, but when it comes to turf, my rules change a little bit.
I don't believe you.
I said
you still love cheap speed though.
My screen just updated. 4 is now carrying 480 pounds for the weight of this stream.
Well. I mean, I always have a hard time with these kinds of races because when you have all this dirt speed.
So why didn't the 1 clear here?
Well, I thought 3 was speed of the speed, which is why I kind of used the 3.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong race. My bad.
I mean, 1 has some speed, but I mean, 1's tripping out right here. If the horse, if she's half a horse, she'll win from here.
It does not look like she is gonna fire though.
Okay, at some point the 4 is gonna remember he's a turf horse.
Yeah, he's gonna come in late. Come on with this 4.
I think he remembered.
Here comes this one.
He's got to go like 7 wide because this fucking 3
is awful wide.
He's got to go way too wide.
1 too good.
Yeah, 1 tripped out.
The 4.
Yeah, that was absolutely
the 4 in the 3 or 4 path wins that race. The 4 in like the 7 path, I think, is just a little too wide. But
late money again, 5-1 or 9-2 to 5-2 late. But that was 4 looked awful good in the turn, or just went way too wide.
I wonder what I saw that the British gamer was I thought he was hopping on the 1. Maybe he's on the 4. I don't know. He said he was going to follow everyone on the 1, but maybe he listened to everybody else and went on the 4. But the 1 floated up, the rare late float up to 9-5. He was even money, so interesting.
Yeah, Brandon, inside versus outside's been fairly okay. I haven't noticed any sort of real preference.
Yep. Okay. British gamer was on the 1. Yeah. Man, 4 was coming, man. He just got screwed by that 3.
I mean, there's no excuse to be, 6 wide in a 7-horse field. I mean, that's just kind of, it's not really good race riding by who was that? Cecilia Evans?
Something Rosario?
Yeah, something Rosario.
I'm just saying, man, one of the Fuentes brothers would have won that race.
Probably.
That's like the Fuentes brothers are like the anti-Dela Cruzes.
They are. I would also give credit to the 3. I mean, it proved to be best of the speeds and ran a good race 10-1.
And
I've had one of those days where my horses routinely come in 2nd and 3rd, but just have not been able to get them up on top.
Yeah, Brandon, that'll stick. There's been no substantial change. But also it's only dirt races at 5.5 and 6 furlongs, and only turf races at 5.5 furlongs. So the only 3 distances that you really want to substantially fade the one. Actually, if you look at the 1 horse in dirt routes, it's much the best. So it just happens to be how the entry to the first corner at Saratoga is shaped. Or essentially the first corner at the top of the stretch corner.
All right, I'm pulling up hotels for Saratoga Springs.
And Brandon, the stat was something like 1 for 128 for a while there. And then a couple winners. What was it, last year or the year before? But it was nice when you could toss a 3 to 5 because they just couldn't win. So this pick 3 is going to pay nothing, huh?
Most likely. Damn, Airbnbs in Saratoga are expensive.
Dude, I started looking and I'm like, oh, this is pretty reasonable. Like, wait, I haven't seen these. And then I thought this was like the total. It's the per night cost.
Yeah. So if you want to, if you're not from the area, I have a friend who, I was looking at a house and a friend of mine ended up buying it, and she is at the first corner of the Saratoga. If you watch the camera, you look straight across, that's her house right there. So literally you sit on her front porch and you look at turn 1 at Saratoga, and her house, she track rents for the summer and gets $10,000 a week.
Mark, when are you going to buy an On the Wrong Lead Discord house?
Yep. I need to get working on this.
You need to get on this.
Yeah, I'll get on that. But how close does it have to be to Saratoga?
Stumbling distance.
Okay. See, that's the problem. It gets real pricey over there.
Or $15, $20 Uber distance.
Let's see.
I have friends that are currently renting.
It is crazy what they rent for. I mean, you rent it out for Travers and you basically pay for your entire meet.
Well, that's this friend of mine. She gets, the 6 weeks of the track season plus a week before and a week after. She gets $80,000 a year to rent her house out, and they have a garage behind the house. She lives in the apartment above the garage.
Smart.
Yep.
I mean, the only problem is, what do you do with it the other, 9 months out of the year?
Well, she lives there the other 9 months out of the year.
Well, if you can actually live there, yeah.
Yeah.
From an investment perspective, it's a little harder.
Yeah, I literally nothing is coming up in Malta for that weekend.
The weekend of the 21st or whatever?
Yep.
On hotels?
Yep. I'm looking right now. Let me see if let me look at that Hyatt.
When I went last time, we stayed in Clifton Park, and it was like a 18, 20-minute drive.
20 minutes.
No traffic. I mean, pretty easy in and out. And
we're at the North Bay.
Yeah, I had no complaints. It was like a Holiday Inn or some shit.
Yeah, Clifton Park's nice. It's not that far. There's enough there.
I mean, no, it's nice. It's strip mall-y, but it's clean and there's no traffic. So
yeah, that's what I meant. Like if you want to go to, there's a lot of restaurant options and that kind of thing, as opposed to Malta where there are not as many.
Unfortunately, this hotel is not available during those dates. So apparently, at some point in the last week, it got booked up.
Damn, there's a cabin out here with an 8-track player. Now we're cooking.
Oh, now here you go.
See, it's indoors, Josh, and you can do that.
There you go.
But there are a couple guys on Discord that do have a house. They're just northwest of Saratoga. They might let you crash there.
So I
don't think there's cell phone reception there.
I've never stayed in an Airbnb, and like it like weirds me out.
Dude, Airbnbs are so much better than hotels.
It just like weirds me out, like being like in somebody else's like house or whatever. Like,
I mean, the thing is though, like, I mean, maybe initially that's how it started, but like, I would say like 80% of Airbnbs today are like explicitly rental properties. Like, they're not properties people actually live in. So it's the same thing as a hotel, basically. Oh, shoot.
Well, as long as this 2 does not win the last at Canterbury, this actually pays pretty okay.
no, I'm not flexible. What the hell? Saratoga Springs. All right, let's see what happens.
Caleb, your camera's screwing up, and you're killing our Q factor.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the camera sometimes. The focus on this thing is like real fucked up.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like the C922 as well, so it really shouldn't be, but it is.
7.5. Yeah.
Ooh, how about a private room in Saratoga Springs?
Okay, so like I don't ever do private rooms. If I'm gonna get Airbnb, I always make sure it's mine.
Yeah, that's what like that's like the only thing.
I did like the
available.
hostel thing when I went to like South America and a few other places, and like there's a time, a place, and an age where that's fun, but I don't think any of that would be something I'd go for anymore.
Oh yeah, $43 a night.
Shoot, that ain't bad though.
Oh, how about a tiny home?
And this log cabin looks legit, and it's $100 a night. Well,
that sounds murdery.
How close do you need to be, Josh?
I mean, I don't know.
Let me hold on.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, so John Massey says he's staying near University of Albany, but you're driving, right, John Massey? So you'll have a car. That's the thing is, I'll be flying in.
and you're not going to get a car?
I didn't last time. I Ubered the 22nd.
What days? So you're coming in.
I was gonna come in on Wednesday and fly out Sunday.
Okay. I mean, I don't know for sure what my dates are yet, but if we end up being at the same time, we can, if you're near us, we can probably pick you up because Dad's going to be driving.
I mean, I'll pay for part of the car if it comes down to it.
When is that smart, good-looking guy, evil Bob Dole, coming back? Whenever
you're always welcome. You're always welcome.
Wants.
This is super easy to join. I just send you a link if you want to hop on, Steven. We'll get you on here. Brandon's asking what to play here at Emerald Downs. Is we got 1 minute to post. I am single to this one here in a double. I think the one looks super tough here, so I'm not going to really try and get fancy here. I'm just going to take I got a $5 double this one, so hopefully I
get doubles live into the one, and I am not going to play anything else because I might just win bet the last leg of Emerald.
I don't like anything. If I was going to bet this race, I'd take the 7 at the price. 5-1 for a horse that I think should be more like 3-1 or 5-2 looks pretty good.
Because I think the 6 is going to be pretty short in the next leg as well. So honestly, Caleb, if you like the 6 or the 7, into the 6 on the next leg, get paying pretty well, double wise.
Into the 6, you said?
Yeah, I think the 6 will be pretty short in the next leg.
Wow, the double with the 1 to the 6 is only $2 for, or $6 for 2
it's for their, so it's 3-1. Yeah.
I didn't even handicap that race, but I'll take your word for it. I'm gonna play the 7 to the 6 because it somehow is $72.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
That just feels like a massive pool inefficiency, and I'm gonna blind.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
That tells you either this 1 is stupid live or the 6 is stupid live.
Do you know this guy, Mark, or is this one you just found?
That's a random. It's under $100 a night. It'd be an entire apartment. Looks nice. And that's on the south end of Saratoga Lake, so that's fairly close. And literally, I could pick you up on the way over. That's super easy for me to pick you up at.
How far are you from Saratoga, Mark? Like 20 minutes? A half hour?
More like 30. Yeah.
Okay.
I can make the track in about 30. Because the track's actually on the east side of town. So.
Like road where he's tossing out places, Wilton or Gansevoort. Like that doesn't sound like a real place. It sounds like some Lord of the Rings shit.
The Wilton's better. Gansevoort, you're not going to find a lot of B&Bs, and there's definitely not going to be a hotel. Wilton, there are some hotels, but I don't know if there would be any options for Josh that period. But a lot of times, you normally in Saratoga can do better going north. The rates are cheaper, and there are some stuff up around Queensbury or Lake George, that sort of chunk of area. And we can play the fun game of making Josh say all the town names.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait a second, that's a race, isn't it? And Mark's like, yeah, you're starting to get it?
They all are. Yeah. Like every town within like a 30-minute drive of Saratoga has a race named after it. Every lake as well.
How far is oh good Lord, I can't say this. Schenectady?
Schenectady.
How far is that?
Schenectady's further than Albany.
Okay, that's pretty far.
And from what Mark says, he said not to stay there.
Okay. You don't want to. Now the casino's there, which Josh would love, but Schenectady is pretty not a nice area in general. At least
I cannot emphasize enough how much money I lost at that Saratoga casino in such a short period of time.
You went to the one in Saratoga Springs?
Yeah,
he went to the one.
Yeah, I've been there too, and I was real bummed because they don't have table games. They have table games, but not horrible. Like live table games. It's all digital.
I don't mind the bubble craps. Like I'll do the bubble craps. That's actually pretty much the only way I usually play. So it doesn't really bother me because like in Vegas it's the lower limit. It's like $3 limit or whatever. And so like, you sit there and I just like me and my wife will just bet the pass line and just get drink for free and like, we'll stay there for like an hour and at worst we're like down $20. But so like Gary and I were playing and like, Gary and I are fans of the slot machines as well because, we're just degenerates apparently. So like literally like I want to say like Gary, I don't know what happened, but like Gary like found money. He literally like was like was looking in his pocket and there was like an envelope with cash in it. He's like, oh, like he got like paid out for like an expense report or something. So he had like a wad of cash on him he didn't realize he had. And so he's like, whatever. And then like by the time we left, I think we were both stuck like $400.
Oof.
And like we were there for like an hour. We were there like an hour, hour and a half, something like that. And it was just like,
that's rough.
Yeah, it was really rough, dude. I was like, that's like, at the time, that was like, I'm like, man, that's like half a Vegas trip for me. Like, holy shit. I lost more money in that one night than I did the entire weekend at the track.
No shit.
Josh, that's something else. Brandon's right in Saratoga, so he could pick you up if you're local as well.
We're turning for home at Emerald Downs. Here. One looks to be long gone. He's looking over his shoulder and ain't
he's opening up. See, I like this, right? Like he rides it out to the end, right? Like,
yeah, no, agreed.
He's not like unnecessarily whipping the horse or anything like that, but he's finishing out the ride, riding out to the end. Like, I know Mr. EMD for me probably loves that. He loves seeing that old fashioned stuff. So yeah, that was nice. That was a nice little double. I think I paid like $6 for $1, so made it a little $30. There, I'm up on the night, making back some of that Ascot money.
There you go,
man. It's just like the killer thing about Ascot, right? Is that like I've had a bunch of like prices in my Quinellas, I just haven't had both of them, and like it's like, dude, if you just hit one of them, like I'd probably be up for like the entire week. I saw like that one that you hit, Caleb. Was it you that hit it, Caleb? For like $5, and it was like $700-800, and it's just like.
I mean, it only takes one. When you get field sizes like that, it only takes one. And I mean, I somehow I've had like a really good ascot the last like 2 or 3 years in a row, and this year's been no exception. And like I know enough to be dangerous at ascot, but I would never consider myself like a proficient European horse handicapper. But a lot of the concepts apply. I mean, I basically went against Stradivarius, thinking horse maybe lost half a step. Got a little bit lucky that he didn't have a very good trip. Frankie kind of got him in some trouble, but I don't think he was ever beaten the winner anyway. That horse was just much the best. The 12 horse was tons best, and got lucky that my 13 held on for second. And that wasn't a big field. It wasn't like throwing darts. Some of those handicaps with 32 horses, Godspeed. But that was more of an opinion that happened to get a little bit of luck and worked out. So you only got to get right once, and it pretty much makes your meet.
Yeah. The other thing with that track is it's very, very bias prone. And this is something Caleb and I have talked a lot about, is if in the straight races, 6 furlongs out to a mile, the rail, the grandstand rail is the place to be. And a couple of those races, the outer 6 or 7 horses were the only ones that, were anywhere in the top 3. Both of the ones today, that was the case. So I don't know if it's just real firm going on the outside, but those horses just were much the best in their races today. So you can definitely bias play the track quite a lot. When you're talking a 30 horse field and you can knock out, 75% of that all of a sudden it's not too hard to make money.
Yeah. Stand side is always good on the straights at Ascot. Just got to watch the weather, because I do think that changes when it gets kind of wet.
Okay, Road Warrior, you're 100% wrong. The log jam is a hellhole.
Oh, we have a little bit of a controversy here. We're going to need Mr. Brandon. Brandon, you might have to break this tie.
A little out of town for Brandon. I don't know if he's ever been up there, but no, that log jam is no.
Well,
if you like 1970s cuisine with like a big free, salad bar of wilted vegetables, yeah, it's great.
Sounds like Mountaineer, Caleb. Your dad might like it.
Oh, Mountaineer is a special place in the heart.
How many times are you eating at that Mountaineer buffet, Caleb?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
The food is generally warm, so it's can't be too picky. But it's been fun. I mean, I've gone for a few West Virginia Derby days, a couple other random weekends. It's never a bad time at the mountain.
Well, I think we lost Mark. Mark's.
Yeah. The British Gamer says, back to Canterbury and a low-grade maiden screams bomb, and the 6 is the bomb for me. Well,
cat paws.
I agree. It does scream bomb. I don't know that I love the 6, but, that horse with one start, I mean, could be any kind of horse, I guess. So I wouldn't give you any shit over that. I thought the 7 was kind of interesting as the horse that might get kind of loose here on the front end. My only opinion was that I wanted to be against the 2 horses with, dead closers that are short priced and, just aren't really my favorites. So I'm not going to use the 2 here, but I don't know if I can actually bet this race, because I had 3, 4, 5, 7, which is really no opinion. Besides, I don't like the 2.
Brandon says it's certainly not terrible.
Brandon took the middle ground.
Which is like a resounding. That's like a resounding recommendation to me, Caleb. I think if we're there at the same time, we have to go to the log jam.
I think we should check it out. I mean, we got to Google it and see what kind of food.
Look at Mark. Mark is just beside himself.
This is the shit I have to deal with.
So does your dad like fancy food, or is he just like a meat and potatoes kind of guy?
No, he's a simpler kind of folk.
Okay.
There's a lot of simpler kind of folk food that we can go to that isn't hellhole.
I mean, he loves seafood, but it's mostly like like plain or flavored. Like he doesn't do spicy at all. So any kind of salmon or tuna or whatever he's on board with. Steak, chicken, whatever, but nothing like spicy or like no Mexican, nothing like that.
What about drinks with a flaming lime?
What's that?
What about drinks with a flaming lime?
Yeah, that might be across the line.
There's 3 really good steakhouses right now, Caleb. So nice and easy.
There we go.
You got Prime out at National. There's the new one, Salt and Char, which is downtown. There's a place that's Fish on something Lake, which is the right downtown as well. That's sort of surf and turf, all sorts of options.
What's the I went to it's probably a bunch of them. I went to a cigar shop somewhere in downtown Saratoga Springs that was kind of cool. I want to say it was something Brothers or something like that.
Yeah, something Brothers. It's right on Phyla. It's on the corner of Phyla and Broadway. That's
it was It was like a few blocks past Caroline Street, so it wasn't far. It was right after the bar.
Yeah, it's one block south of Caroline. It's Caroline then Phyla.
I'm going to tell you right now, Caleb,
Caroline Phyla.
If you come to Saratoga, you will not have to worry about cigars.
Yeah, we got that covered.
Yeah, that's good to know. I'm not a connoisseur, but I do like a good steak every once in a while.
You want to know what's funny? So Brandon's saying Jacob and Anthony's.
Jacob and Anthony's is very, very good. Yeah, no, he's very right. He's spot on there.
So my buddy, the last time I smoked a cigar with him was at his bachelor party, like probably 10, 11 years ago at this point. And maybe it wasn't that long. Maybe it was like 9. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Like I don't remember how long, but it was close to 10 years ago. And so I went and I saw him the other night, and I brought those the shades, the Unshade Undercrowns, Mark.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like, "Oh, it's like this is just nice,
just smooth,
this is just nice."
nice.
He's like, "I haven't had a cigar since then, but like this is just nice." And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "That's why I like it. Like it's just a nice, easy smoking cigar."
It's like the Buffalo Trace of cigars, right? It's like nice, easy, no crazy flavors, no like wonkiness, but just quality and good. It's just really nice.
I think I sent you one of those, right, Caleb? It was like the white label one.
3. It was good. Yeah, I finally got through the third one.
What did I send you?
Oh shit! I
sent you the Maduro, the Undercrown. I sent you the Liga Undercrown. I sent you that one. I forgot the third. Oh, I sent you the Oliva.
John Massey.
Connecticut.
Yeah, John Massey, Old Bryan Inn. Caleb's father would love that place. It's wonderful. It's one of my favorite places in Saratoga. Very classic, old schooly food. Nice outdoor patio area, not crazy expensive, and just real quality, good shit. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
We're getting all the recommendations. But yeah, Josh, I think I like the Maduro best of what you sent me, honestly.
Yeah, that's a really nice cigar. I'm not a huge.
I don't love the super earthy, dark, peat and fucking brimstone kind of cigars. So that was nice.
The Undercrown Maduro is like one of my favorite ones I've ever had. It's not a crazy neck rush. It's nice and smooth, but I like that Maduro wrapper, But the shade grounds are great too.
Yeah, I like both those are. I honestly, like, it's kind of funny because I've been a huge fan of pretty much everything Drew Estates that I've had so far. Because one of my, probably my top 3 so far that I've had are probably those 2 Undercrowns and the Tabic Especial, which is like a coffee infused one, and it's just a nice smoke. It's a nice smoke. It's got a sweetened tip, so like if you don't like that, like I could see like maybe not being into it, but it's just nice. You get the tobacco, you get a little bit of coffee, you get a little bit of sweetness from the sweetened tip, and it's just a easy smoking cigar. And it was kind of funny because I believe I was watching everyone's favorite Twitter guys, the DGens United, and I think Shu, who's always smoking cigars. He was in a cigar shop with a woman who'd never smoked a cigar before, and I think he picked up the Tabic Especials and I think you'll really like this. And I was like, okay, well maybe he does know a little bit about cigars. I mean, I don't know about the greatest turf handicapper ever, but maybe cigars he knows a little bit about. But
yeah, Brandon, they sell some decent stuff on track, but you're going to pay basically double what you can get it for at the downtown shop, and the downtown shop is going to be double what you can buy it for online. So if you're looking for an education, someplace like that downtown shop is going to be great. The on track people don't know what they're talking about, and whatever, they're crazy pricey.
Brandon, if you're looking for an education, just tell Mark, hey, Mark, like, I don't know anything about cigars. And Mark will send you a couple. He'll send you like 6 cigars. And next thing you know, you're going to be on Famous Smoke ordering boxes and samplers like I did. So
I created a monster. Sorry. I think I did that with Brandon with alcohol. So, you know.
did you check his ID first? I swear, I don't know if he's 21.
I totally did.
I don't believe you.
I would never lie, Josh.
All right, we got 0 minutes to post here. Mark, what are you live to again? Let me pull up your ticket here.
2, 3, 4, 7, and I mean the 3 of the 7 would be my best options here.
Are you losing money with any of these?
No.
Okay, well that's good with it with that even money horse at least. So, but
yeah, but when you single an even money horse, right? Oh, you mean this leg? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get a 7 to 5 here. Like,
yeah, I mean, if one hits, worst case, I am up 3x. So,
I think our buddy British Gamer likes the 6 here. I don't.
Yeah, he was all about the 6 here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he said he got pretty, compromised by the start for a horse that wants to be prominent. I didn't watch the replay, so very well could be correct. I'm going to sit out. I don't like anything here other than I don't like the 2, but I don't have enough of an opinion to actually make a bet.
Yeah, quite honestly, I just took all the droppers. There's a lot of horses in this race coming out of maiden special weight company, and that maiden special weight to maiden claiming drop is just the biggest drop in racing. And you also run into a lot of horses who they've already taken that drop, but maybe they caught a sloppy track the first time they caught it, or they went to turf the first time that they got a drop. And those really, to me, aren't first time drop horses. Those are horses who they did a drop and something else. So a few of them in here that makes some sense. I don't love your 6. I mean, again, not to talk crap on a horse, but 0 for 22 maiden second timer trainer. He's 0 for 8 adding blinks, 8% trainer on the year. I have a feeling this one might need a few starts, but if it was totally compromised, you never know.
Not to talk crap about a horse as he proceeds to talk crap.
As I proceed to talk crap about a horse, yeah.
So Mark, you're what, 2, 3, 7 here?
2, 3, 4, 7.
4, 7. Okay.
I actually like the 7 a lot here.
7 would be, at the price. 7 would be my pick too.
I'm just gonna put a small little win bet here on the 7. I'm just gonna put.
But it's 3 to 1 now. It could be 3 to 2 when it goes in the gate. So we'll wait.
Yeah, like I said, that's why it's small bet. Little baby bet, maybe a little baby splash.
If you're an optics player, this 7 is shut the book and empty your 401k kind of a horse.
All right, loading in here. Yeah, dude, I'm super geeked for Ida that her horse won. I think
that's really
got
cool.
A couple.
That's
I think she's got a couple with that partnership, the Rocket Wrench Racing or whatever.
So what's the deal with that? Is that like a Wasabi Ventures thing kind of deal? Is it like a My Racehorse scam? I mean, deal? Or what is it?
I think it's more. It's like less Wasabi, and I think it's more like actual partnership. Like buy-in's probably a little bit higher, but you own a bigger percentage of the horse.
So maybe like a West Point kind of deal, or
yeah, I think so because I think she has owner privileges if I remember correctly.
I mean, okay.
Because she's at the track like every day, so I assume she's got track privileges. I don't know.
I mean, I doubt they're syndicating like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 claimers. Like, I mean, there's an appropriate point that makes sense.
I was actually a little ashamed that I didn't. I forgot if it was Little Bluebird or if it was Wasabi, but one of them did like a big purchase for Canterbury, and they had like 4 or 5 horses, and they were planning on claiming maybe another 2. And I was like, that'd be kind of fun, but I think.
Do you mean Little Red Feather or is Little Bluebird something I don't know about?
Little Bluebird is like a Twitter thing, like a different partnership. All right. Well,
the 7 is getting a trip. The 7 is sitting a trip.
Yeah. Well, this 3 is softening the 2 up for the 7.
I mean, I did not think the 2 would be that far forward. So
this 3 did all the dirty work. So hopefully the 7's good enough.
Two
know,
is sitting chilly.
the
though.
2 looks like he's
Good as
Two's
sitting
gone.
statue on this too. Looks like some chalk coming in.
hopefully the 2 like shies from the whip that we saw before.
Last stream we had, I was in this position. My guy went right-handed. The horse ducked in and lost. So you never know. But this
Yeah, not gonna happen here.
Well, I mean, I guess you hit, Mark. I mean, how much did you profit anyway? It was profit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly.
24 and 50 out, so 2x.
It's not that bad for 4 to 5 and even money, and
and a even money hand.
So now when that happens, right, Mark? Like, let me pull up your ticket again here, right?
Yeah.
So you had four. Essentially, you had 4 horses in the front. You kind of AB'd that first leg, right? Yep. So is that more of a, like, when you look back at this, right? Is this more of like a structure thing, or is this more of a handicapping thing? You think like maybe like you should like you like look back at this kind of thing and be like, well, like, okay, let me see. Was there a way I could have made that 2 an A? Or is this kind of like a thing where like you're like, well, maybe I should have structured this differently, where maybe I leveraged the 2 in the last leg more somehow?
I could have, but again, I'm not gonna look back and beat myself up over this. I was looking at that last race and saying this is a bottom of the barrel maiden claiming race with a lot of droppers, and those are the type of races where you find prices. So I was okay doing a little price hunting and being wider there with the idea that, I think, and I know Evil Bob Dole says this quite a bit, that sometimes we're too results orientated, right? Like we're looking at that race and saying, well, geez, I only got my 2 to 1 there, or 2 to 1 implied on the pick 3. But if you do that same sort of scenario, that same type of ticket 20 times, do you average out to higher than that ratio? Do you're going to catch those prices, and you're going to catch them more often. So I really think I played it perfectly appropriately. I'm okay being a little more spread in the last leg and having them all equally spread. And honestly, I would have had a hard time really saying that the 2 was inherently better than, say, the 3 or even the 7. Yeah, I mean, that if you go by simply that last race, I guess it was a little faster, but it wasn't so much faster that you're like, oh, this horse is definitely better than this field, and everybody had a right on the drop to run a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not trying to like poke holes in your ticket, but I'm just like trying to be like, hey, like how are you looking back at this, right? Like, or are you even looking back at it, like,
No,
like,
I mean, I know how I handicapped it. I know how I approached it. I think, it's one of those situations where if you run that type of scenario 100 times, that's probably the worst possible payout you get out of it. And a lot of the times you're going to get somebody like the 3 who ran really well. If the 3 wasn't rank all the way down the backstretch, of course, probably would have run a lot better. And I mean, the jock had to go on the 3 because the 3 was going to run over the top of the 2 otherwise. And, the 7 just wasn't good enough. So, but those types of races, I'm okay being spread there, knowing that long term the ROI comes, right?
Yeah, because like a lot of times like I'll look back at some of my tickets, right, and like if my single loses, I'm like, well, like that's just like, hey, like this was my strongest opinion, hence why I singled this horse in this sequence. Like if it loses, like, hey, as long as I had my money going through my strongest opinion, like you can't be mad about it. And your single hit, you got through that. You obviously you wanted to get a better payout, but you still made a little bit of money there. So, this 6 is at Emerald Downs is looking 3 to 2, pretty heavy favorite. The 7 is 2 to 1. I don't know. I mean, I guess the 6 is going to grab the lead.
I loan A the 6. Just I think the 6 ends up on the lead here. Seems I don't know. I mean, doesn't the 6 get pretty damn loose in here? And I don't see who else has the speed or the ability to press. So I kind of look at it and think the 6 gets loose, and there's no changes or anything. Yeah, I think the 6 gets loose, and then everybody has to come catch the 6. I think it's really the same setup as the last race at Emerald, where the 1 got basically the same trip. I think the 6 breaks. It's probably pretty much over from there.
Man, imagine paying $110,000 for this horse. For a sprinter, like, well, I guess $110,000 is much for
and
a young guy.
a Vronsky on the top end, who stands for 4,500 and is a horse that's notorious for having all sorts of longevity issues with progeny.
Yeah, it stands for 4,500 and sold for 110K. Man, whoever made that sale is probably just like loving life. It's 5. Perennial loser finally breaks its maiden, but is stepping up pretty big in class. The 4 looks okay, but the 4 might be up against it.
By the way, did get to mention that I don't need to apologize to British Gamer now?
No. But I see.
Still need to apologize.
I see PDT coming in saying that my teeth look fine, that we're all good. Did I tell you yet what happened when I went to get my crown yesterday?
No.
So I had to get 2 crowns, and that's part of the reason why my whole Saratoga stuff is kind of up in the air. I had to get 2 crowns put on. I knew I needed the work, but I was gonna wait till like December or whatever to do it. So I could, enjoy the summer and get it done later. And what ends up happening is I'm just like eating something, and like I had this old school dentist who worked on this tooth, and instead of putting a crown on, he just like rebuilt the tooth, and so it cracked. And so the dentist is like, well, you might as well get that crown done now. He's like, by the way, the one next to it needs a crown too, so might as well just do both of them at the same time. So I go, all right, I get the work done, whatever. They have to order the crown. They go to put them in. One of them fits, the other one doesn't. He's like, yeah, it doesn't sit right. Like, we have to send it back. He's like, this happens sometimes when you order 2 crowns at the same time. But he's like, we got to take another impression. And like, we think that there wasn't a good impression. So he literally had to like take gum off. Like, he literally was like scraping my gums. He's like, yeah, we had to like remove some tissue, like some gum tissue, so we could take a better impression. He's like, you're going to be a little sore.
Oh.
And so at the time, right, you're all numbed up or whatever. And I'm like, oh, what is this guy talking about? I'm not going to be sore. Dude, last night, as soon as the Novocaine wore off, I was like, fuck, my mouth hurts. So I've just been like in pain past like 2 days, and I got to go back to the fucking dentist for a 3rd trip so I can get this other crown put in. But luckily, like you said, you pay all that up front, so it's like it's already paid for. So, but man, dental work sucks. Shout out to
Yes.
Chase's dad, who was a dentist. Mark, I'm saying all this story, right? And Caleb, like, you're probably like, oh, that sounds awful. But Mark's like, that's nothing. Because Mark's gotten all kinds of crazy work.
I think I have 6 or 8 crowns that I've had to have a bunch of them redone last year. I mean, I spend $10,000 a year at the dentist.
Oof.
Good thing Saratoga isn't for another month. Build that bankroll. Yeah, as I proceed to go
you
on.
only need one quinella tomorrow, and you'll be set.
I just need one hit. I just need one hit. Be able to take a couple hundred out of the account and be like, all right, here we go.
Saratoga money.
Saratoga.
I mean, if you can't bet cheap speed, what do you do, Josh? I mean, because there's no cheap speed at Ascot.
I don't see any cheap speed here at Emerald Downs, and they're off. I was interested in this. Crap, I forgot what horse.
I was going to play a 6-4-7 ice cold try, but I got locked out. So
I was really thinking about a 6/7 ice cold exacta.
I wanted this 4, but I don't think I was getting the price on it. Oh, it was 7-1. Never mind. I thought it was a lot shorter. I mean, this 6 should probably win, but
from here, yep.
Yeah.
I hit the 7 edges up to 4. If it's 6-4-7, I'll be kind of salty.
If it goes 6/7, I'll be salty. So
somebody fall off.
Oh, like the other night.
The 7 might be a winner though.
Oh, 7 looks Oh,
If he
wow.
switches leads, the 7 might be a winner.
He's gone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah,
Very nice
7's
ride.
gone.
Got the horse to switch on command and got that little bit extra. Very nice.
All right. All right, guys. So what's going on this weekend? What do you guys got? Anything you looking forward to? Anything? You guys taking it easy, Caleb? I know you've been like social butterfly the past couple weekends.
Yeah, I'm gonna be light again this weekend. We got some Father's Day action, so I'll be probably with Jess and her family on Sunday. But my old man, us being co-located, we'll spend a day doing the ponies. Maybe
Belmont contest.
Saturday, maybe if we can still register. I know it's past the deadline, but maybe some Belmont action. And then really though, like I said, I'm kind of staying light till Saratoga starts. I'll be betting Ascot for sure, just because it's like 2 weeks out of the year and it's a lot of fun. So I'll be looking at Ascot, and then Santa Anita. I think it's their closing weekend this weekend.
It is. Mandos.
So everything has to go, including a pretty nice stable duel contest. If anybody plays on the app Stable Duel, they have like a $10,000 guarantee. So I'll be doing that for sure. It's a pretty easy way to make some money. It's a good app, and Santa Anita has the force up for all their pools. So I'll be doing something on the West Coast for sure.
Yeah, I'll probably be pretty light. Again, I'm similar to Caleb. Be light until Saratoga, just kind of chilling out. I don't really love this time of year at Belmont. I find this part of the Belmont card to really suck because this is horses who just aren't good enough to go to Saratoga and win. So they're getting them a race now, and a rad wins at 50% or something stupid like that this time of year, it seems like. So I will be chasing Santa Anita, closing weekend stuff, probably the pick 5 and the pick 6, probably both pick 5s and pick 6. Ascot definitely, but in general, be pretty light. I don't really have any tournaments or anything I'm targeting. Not until the Surf and Turf tournament or whatever, Spawn Turf. Yeah, Spawn Turf will be probably my next big tournament where Caleb will talk me off a capper and cost me $300K in the last leg.
He's not bitter at all.
Not at all.
Not bitter at all.
John Massey asking how long until Losal outside bias? Was it like 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, a couple weeks whenever they go to the thoroughbred meet. So yeah, outside speed bias, baby. All about it.
Yeah, I'll probably I'm thinking about playing that stable duel. I gotta take a look, see
Josh, it's either teeth or that stable duel contest. What are you doing?
I mean, I have money in my
Why
stable duel
not
account.
both?
Yeah, I got money in my stable duel account, so it's just whether or not I want to spend all the money I have in my stable duel account on that one tournament. But Caleb has been pushed. He keeps on telling me, he's like, dude, the big money ones are easier.
They are. It's easier.
But I have some horse tourneys credit too from a small Discord tournament we had that I won, that I apparently am like only good at winning the smallest tournaments we have. But yeah, so I might be more focused on that than live money this weekend. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. If you guys get a chance, make sure you check out the Wolf. I know he's like gonna be like a million places as usual. I think he's live on ABR tomorrow. I'm gonna assume he's at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yep,
So check him out. He was feeling a little under the weather today, so if you guys see him on Twitter and Discord, wish him well. Hopefully he feels better. And I know Brian, I think, was he was at Arlington today, so I think he got home a little late, and he's been just getting like shit on by work. So I know he's been busy, but we are on the wrong lead. Check us out at ontherwronglead.com. The Twitter's at wrong_lead. We do a podcast every week, so check that out on your favorite podcast app. Yeah, we'll be in Discord. We'll be on Twitter. We'll catch you guys later.